Hi guys, it's Tisha Kane. I have got a story for you. Today has been an amazing day, and I wanted to share with you my experience as a registered process server for the county. So, as many of you know, that I am a intrepid explorer for the truth, and I am a family justice crusader, that I help all parents in our community fight the court systems, and specifically the family court systems, because they are so broken and so corrupt. And my one advice to any parent who is thinking about navigating through the family court system, my one single advice is don't go in. God has entrusted your children with you, and no one should make decisions for your family but you. But that's a whole nother YouTube video. But for right now, I wanted to share with you my experience today as a registered California process server. So I had a parent in the community who needed help, and I agreed to help. And she has a family court case, which has also spilled over into the criminal court, which is very typical. This is how parents lie and move things from one court to the other. They try to stack it and pile it on, throw enough crap against the wall in hopes that something's going to stick. So I wanted to share with you today how amazing this day was. So I set out and I served three officers, three different subpoenas. Then I went over to the courthouse and I served 5 public officials' subpoenas. I left the courthouse and I went over to the district attorney's office and I served 2 subpoenas over there. Then I left and I went to the city and I served the county council at the city, 2 public officers over there. And then I left there and served my friend's ex-husband a subpoena for the trial as well. So I think I may write a book, The Day in the Life of a Process Server, because this was so funny. So I went to the police station and I subpoenaed the 3 officers. That went over well. They took the paperwork. They didn't give me any trouble. No big deal. I went over to the courthouse. They asked me if I knew where I was going. And Miss Tisha Kane has been to court 185 times in 5 years. That is just a silly question to ask me. So, of course, to remain in honor, I said, "Do you know where you're going?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "I absolutely know where I'm going. Thank you." And I said, it's 4:30. I'm hoping the public servants are still in office, still in their office today, in the court administration office, because it is 4:30 and I comprehend that they work until 5 o'clock. And the sheriff said, yeah, they should still be there. And so I went up and I served the public officers, and that went over well. And then I left and I went to the DA's office. Now, this is where the story gets interesting. Lean in for this, okay? I walk up to the district attorney in my county, okay? I call on their little phone. I say, "Hey, I'm a registered county process server here in the county, and I am subpoenaing 2 district attorneys for a trial on Monday." And they said, "Okay, hang up the phone and we're going to send someone down." So they send an officer down who, he's probably a deputy DA, very big, tall man with his badge, comes walking out there, "Yes, can I help you?" His shoulders were all big and stuck up like he was the boss of the place. And I just said, "Hi, I'm here. I have 2 subpoenas that I'm here to service and serve 2 district attorneys today. "Are you the agent for service?" He goes, "Well, I just need to inform you that one of the DAs can't make it on the court date." And I said, "What are you talking about?" Like, did he have heads up I was coming? I often wonder, because it's a pocket pal system. They're all in the same bed together. They're all a cottage industry. Everybody talks to everybody, right? How did he know I was coming? How did he know I was coming? And did he know what it was for? And I said, well, hey, I'm in law school. So ignorance of the law is no excuse, they tell us, right? And imagine that. Ignorance of the law is no excuse, but have any of you in the public school system ever had one law class? But they expect us to know the law, right? So the district attorney says, well, one of the other district attorneys can't make it on that court date. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, we'll all accept service on one. I said, no, let me take you to school. This is how it works. I am a registered county process server in this county, and why would it be any of my concern that the district attorney can't make the court date? That's none of my concern. My role as an officer of the court, and I'm an officer of the court by 4 ways, my role is to simply make sure that the person gets properly served, personally properly served due process of law. So I asked this sheriff guy who had his badge all poking out and his shoulders all puffed up, why is that my concern if she can't make the court date? So I had to school, get this, I had to school the district attorney, and I'm just a 2L. What do I know? I'm just a 2L. I have no idea, right? But I had to school the district attorney, and I said, check it out. If I walked up to a house and I handed someone a subpoena and that person at the house said, oh, I can't make it on that court date, it's none of my concern. You were properly served, and that's something you're going to have to discuss with the judge. That's not something you discuss with the process server. If you can't show up, then it looks like you might have to get sanctions now, don't you? So I looked at the deputy DA or whatever his badge said, and I said, so it's none of my concern if the district attorney can't make it to court. I mean, we're in the COVID pandemic. You should be able to be there via Zoom, you would think. I mean, you don't even have to physically go in. And these are our public servants who can't even make it. So I said, so if you're the agent for service for the district attorney, right? He said, yes. So I said, then we don't have a problem here. I'm serving you both of these documents for both of the DAs, and we're done. He goes, I guess so. I walked away chuckling so fast. I couldn't believe that I had to school, just a 2L law school student, I had to school the district attorney. But see, that's where we're going wrong, people. Like, people in today's society, they just like to be bossed around. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Not Miss Tisha Kane. You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me, go have a seat. No, thanks. I'm not doing that. You're not going to tell me. I am acutely aware of my surroundings. I'm very conscious. I'm very aware of what's going on. And this deputy DA tried to fear me? Sorry. I've been through way too much to have fear over you, buddy. Well, I left and I went out to my car and I was chuckling all the way to my car. I'm like, imagine that. If ignorance of the law is no excuse, why is it this deputy district attorney tried to refuse service? He should have just simply said, thank you for the paperwork, have a good day. And we would have been on our way. But no, he had to make a fuss. See, that's what they try to do. They try to jam you up. They try to get you to walk away. Any other process server would say, oh, okay, you're just going to take one and walk away. And then the other district attorney wouldn't get served. I know better. So then the story gets better. I go over to my friend's ex-husband's house, who's a horrible person, who has taken 2 of her kids away from her for just allegations alone. And boy, do I know how that feels. I got to talk to her son for a minute, didn't bring up court, just said I had some paperwork for the dad, that I'd be back in about 15 minutes when the dad got off work. Well, when I waited 15 minutes, I got off. He got off work and came home, and I saw him drive in the driveway, and I, simply drove over there and handed him the paperwork. And this dad, he goes, "Oh, you're stalking me." Really? I said, "No, I just want you to be aware that, you're afforded due process of law, and I want you to get this paperwork. This paperwork is important." And he said, "Oh, it looks like you're stalking me." No, sir. And it was a testament. My friend had always told me what a horrible person he was, which reminds me of a few people in my past. But she had always told me what a horrible man he was. And, of course I believed her because she's my friend, but it was evident today, the stuff he just makes up stuff. Here I am, a registered California county process server, trying to serve him due process of law, and he wanted to make up a story that I was stalking him. Like, come on, people. It was a testament to how ignorant he is, and it was a testament of what a horrible person he is, And that's why I wanted to make this video, because a lot of things that I see, people aren't aware. They're not conscious. They're not conscious in what they're doing. They're not. We're so programmed on these stupid phones. I mean, you guys ever look at the Apple phone? You ever look at that symbol? I mean, they signal to us all the time. There's signals everywhere we go. And the Apple phone, doesn't it have a bite taken out of the apple? It's like the forbidden fruit. I mean, they're signaling all day long, and we're not conscious of our surroundings. Man, I try to be conscious and be present in the moment every day, because I know life is short. I only get this human experience maybe once. Hopefully I get more times, but actually I don't want to be reincarnated. I've had enough time here on planet Earth. Miss Tisha Kane is good. I do not want to come back. And that's why I have no karma, no cosmic debt. All of that, I have repented for any and all of my sins. I have revisioned. I have no cosmic debt, none. So hopefully this is my last time here on planet Earth, and I'm not coming back. It's too hard. I miss my kids. The dads have lied, and my kids are going to be broken. I mean, what kid isn't broken that misses their family so much? And that's why I tell my husband right now that my 6-year-old, we have to keep his environment so sterile, that he doesn't have to heal from anything. His only job as a 6-year-old is to be a happy, healthy little boy, playing board games, reading and riding his bike. And I look at it and I'm very conscious of my surroundings. Even I know an individual, they'll be on their phone. I'm trying to have a conversation. They won't put their phone down. So I'll stop and wait. Put your phone down. Do you want to have a conversation with me or not? And then they put the phone down, and then they're just like blank. Like, hello, is anyone in there? Hello, blank stare. And I'm like, really? If I only teach my 6-year-old how to have a conversation, how to talk back and forth, how to communicate, man, he's going to be leaps and bounds above these iPad babies that are coming along on this next generation. If he learns to read and write and do arithmetic, just 3 basic things, he's going to be leaps and bounds above everybody in the public school system. And life's a school. I used to be so hard on myself. I used to be so rigid. Okay, we got to go to school from 8 to 3 every day, and we'll have a couple breaks and a couple lunches, but 8 to 3 and da-da-da. And then I realized, oh my gosh, it's so stressful that life's a school. And then I incorporated shopping and grocery shopping and adding things up. And I showed my 6-year-old the calculator, and he was like, this is amazing. So, man, life is amazing. And we have the power to tell our own story. If you believe that you kick the court's ass, then you kick the court's ass. I believe every day I kick the court's ass. And I have, because they're lazy. They're overworked. They're underpaid. They have so much paperwork up on their desk, loads and loads of paperwork on their desk. They can't even handle my paperwork. I've already won on my appeal with my paperwork alone because they're so lazy. Due process of law. Everyone is afforded due process of law. And if you just stand on that square, you win. Moral of the story is, be conscious in everything that you do. Look around. Be acutely aware of what's happening. You'll see people with blank stares, like they're programmed. And I know it's so cliche. Sorry, my kitty's in the way. So cliche, but they are programmed. They don't know what to do when they put their phone down, how to engage, how to interact with people. It's like this virtual reality world where they can't come out from under it. It's annoying. It's annoying, to say the least. But it's just like, where are you? Are you in there? Hello? Is anybody home? Can you not think for yourself? You like people just to tell you what to do? Go over there and sweep up the room, and then they just do it. Sorry. When I was at the county council's office today, they were like, oh, we'll get to you next. Go over there and sit down. I said, I'll wait here. Thank you. And they were like, huh? Like, no. You're not going to tell me to sit down. And then after I've just been driving for an hour, I'm not sitting down in the office waiting. I need to make sure my human carcass is, athletic and well and able to handle all the things I want to do. I'm not going to be just sitting down. I got stuff to be doing. There's tons of parents out there that I need to help. So I just thought it was so beautiful that I got to school the district attorney today. And I'm just a nobody. I'm just a little old me who just, reads Black's Law Dictionary 6. If you guys want to pick up a good book, this one's hard to find. I tell my family every day, if I die tomorrow, make sure you keep this book. What's special about the Black's Law 6 is if you look up any word in this dictionary, they will give you the word, and they will also give you the case in which it was used. So if you look up, just a simple one, golden rule argument right here, you drop down, it's going to show you Lucans versus Communication, Kentucky, and it gives you the citation. But see, the government said, oh, dang, we published way too much information. The American people are getting smart. So guess what? Black's Law 7 came out and they left all the citations out. So now you had to go and dig and find out what, golden rule argument, what case that came out of, and dig and spend hours in the library trying to find that. So if this is the book to have, if any book is a book to have in your library, get Black's Law Dictionary 6, the 6th edition. It's the Centennial edition, 1891 to 1991. This is the one to have. Get this one today. eBay, whatever. And put it in your hologram. When I first was told about Black's Law, I have several Black's Law dictionaries because I love words. But when I went to first get this one, it wasn't available. And I said, dang it, I'm going to search high and low for this book. And I tell you, I called every Yesterday's Books, every consignment bookstore. I had my husband taking me to every thrift store. Maybe someone dropped it off. And the very next day it populated on eBay. So I manifested that in my hologram. So what's important about this is to know what words they're using. Ignorance of the law is no excuse. It's right here in your Black's Law Dictionary. Look it up. Let's do a little reading since we have time. I did this last night for my goddaughter, and it was quite interesting. So we looked up the word passport. Passport, since those seem to be so relevant, or lack thereof, in my life. We went to a concert last night, and the lady said, yeah, I'm sure there wasn't a lot of plays because last year because of COVID. And I looked at her, I said, so glad that's over, right? And she just looked at me with confusion. It's over in my life. My new earth life, it's over. I mean, I'm so abundantly wealthy, and I'm so conscious of what I do every day that people just hand me free stuff every day. I went out today in the community. I got handed 3 free masks to wear. And you know what? I accepted it. I said, thank you. And I put it in my pocket and kept on walking. So abundantly wealthy am I. And that's the way I look at it. But if you look at the Black's Law Dictionary and you look up the word passport, P-A-S-S-P-O-R-T, right? A document identifying a citizen. So right there we have a problem. You never want to be a citizen. You never want to be a resident. And you never want to be a person. If you're a citizen, a resident, or a person, you need CPR because you're a dead entity. You never want to be that. It's the biggest government fraud. So a document identifying a citizen, okay, we got a problem there. In effect, requesting foreign powers to allow the bearer to enter and to pass freely and safely, recognizing the right of the bearer to protection and good offices of the American diplomat. Okay. Think about that. Let me read it again for those who need a little extra edification. A document identifying a citizen, in effect requesting foreign powers to allow the bearer to enter and to pass freely and safely. So to have a passport in America is essentially requesting foreign powers to allow you to move freely upon the land in which you're on. No thanks. I don't need it. Why are they passing out passports? Why are passports necessary? So I can pass freely? But isn't one of my unalienable rights the right to travel? I have a right to travel freely upon the land. Why would I ever need a passport? That doesn't make sense to me. Question everything. Question why. Play 2-year-old. Well, why? Well, why must I do that? Well, why? Well, why? Well, why? And go over and over until you get to the answer that you need. Most of the time, the human race has been so dumbed down, people will just give up and let you go. Like, I don't wear the mask anywhere I go these days. I don't do that. No. But they know I'm coming in there like a boss. Don't be jamming me up because I just walk past on there. Are you talking to me? If you don't know me, you should not be talking to me. And I put out this vibe like, hey, I got stuff to do. Leave me alone. And they do. What a great day it's been. I'm so blessed that I can help members of our community. I'm so blessed that I can be a beacon of light to those that are hurting and still trying to navigate through this family and criminal court system. They're so horrible. But again, I know that I don't have to force anything these days. I just allow people to be who they are and allow the darkness to come in because I'm the light that shines through. And once you realize that and you can transmute that, you can transmute any energies. Most days, I would say 99.9% of the days that I'm alive on planet Earth these days, blissful. Blissful. Because I transmute negative energies. You know, if I'm traveling down the roadway in my automobile and someone cuts me off, I just think, oh man, you know, they're in a hurry. They got to get to their family. Or I could have said, oh, that jerk. No, they're in a hurry. They got to get to the family. By all means, I'm just traveling down the roadway. It's a sunny afternoon. I have nowhere to go. Just enjoying the sun, getting some oxygen, breathing. That man needed to go by really fast, by all means. You know, I had someone tailgating me too because I was doing the speed limit today. You know, I just simply pulled over. They had to go. They were, you know, I could feel their energy behind me getting grumpy that I was doing the speed limit. So I just simply pulled over and allowed them to go. And they, you know, drove about 50 miles in a 25-mile road. But, you know, that's not going to be me. We have to be responsible. We have to be responsible for who we are and take responsibility for everything that we do. And that's where I see that there's a lot of disconnect in today's life. But, you know, that's neither here or there. I mean, I just looked at that dad that I served tonight who's supposed to be, you know, he holds himself out as like dad of the year. But the way he acted tonight, saying that I was stalking him when I'm trying to afford him due process of law. And he walked up into his house and said that somebody was stalking him in front of his children. I just thought, you know, those kids that are with that dad, they're going to have to get through a lot of trauma. And us as parents, we need to take responsibility to have our kids not have to heal from these traumas, making up stories that aren't even there. It gets me angry. And I try to transmute that too. I try to look at the dad, you know, he's just so insecure. He's overweight. He's aged. He looks old. When she told me how old he is, I was like, wow, he's very old. You know, I just try to transmute, you know, his negative energy and just say, wow, he's still healing from his childhood traumas, you know? So sad. Broken people, breaking children. Now these children are growing up broken. It's just like this perpetual cycle of brokenness. I'm healed. I healed myself and I wanted to get healed. I wanted to be better. I wanted to heal from my PTSD, my anxiety disorder, my panic disorder, my fibromyalgia, and I did everything I could possibly do to heal. I'm healed. I am healed and it feels so good. I'm very careful what I drink. I don't drink any alcohol. I don't do any drugs. I barely take an aspirin. I drink distilled water, if not alkaline water. I don't eat animals. I'm very clear. Even a lady, one of my friends says, I've been watching your YouTube videos. Your skin's so beautiful. What are you doing? I drink water. I just drink water and I have nothing but bliss and happiness. I miss my kids. I really do, but they're fine. They're okay. They'll come home. They know where mommy lives. I'm just waiting. It's going to be a great reunion. And the moment they walk through the door, it's just going to be like everything else fall off, you know? It's going to be great. I just already see it. I'm already projecting and manifesting. I'm a master manifester. I've been told this like 6 times, so I have to believe it now, but I am a master manifester. Anything that I want, I get. So I'm sending that love to you. I hope that you can manifest anything and everything that you want. I love all of you. I'm here for you. If you need me, I'm here. Peace and love, Tisha Marie Kane.